time at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, a good battle in the black and blue NFC North. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. And in the snow, we're underway here at Soldier Field. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the second straight year. The #1 pick in the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
At the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's second down and 3. First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On 3rd down, it's Williams. He gets this one to Moore. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Bears first down.
That's good for a Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now Williams going to keep it himself. And he'll slide to a halt after picking up about 6.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now this looks like a design run. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Javon Bullard They're on the tackle.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
And this is as good as you can possibly get. It's out of bounds, and it's marked right at the 1-yard line. Well done. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Packers.
First down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
Catch is made by Rome Odunze. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Third and 5. From the gun, it's Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Packers.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Christian Watson. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd down, they need 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
On the handoff, This is Jacobs. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Now, Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. They have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again here, second and 10. On play action, Love. And that ball out of reach. Toward the sideline, it'll be an incompletion. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
Yards to go.
Back to throw is Love. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And a solid return as he gets it up past the 45-yard line.
I think this is one of those interceptions, Mike, that when the ball left his hand, he simply just didn't even see the corner. And now they're playing what they call cover 3. So that corner, he's responsible for the deep outside third of the field. And he's just playing in space, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he just threw it right to him.
The Bears offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Into space. And he will score. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown Bears.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead.
Bears 7, Packers nothing.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back first and 10. around, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And tough for the defenders as well to get leverage and get their hands on. Taken down after a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to have a Packers first down as the tackle's made at about the 38-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. One quarter in the books. It's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. 2nd and 7 as we are ready to get back underway. A run up the middle with Jacobs. Whoa! And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. A ball deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. Devin Duvernay back deep for Chicago. And this is going to pin him back. It's out of bounds inside the 10. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. This one taken in by Odunze. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. Now, after that last play, we have an injured bear on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's Torrey Taylor now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start. An interception on the first drive and then a punt the last time they had it. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And tough with defenders as well to get leverage and get their hands on him. Taken down after a gain of 4.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Throwing on second down, Love. A pass taken in by Watson. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
First down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down, they need 3. Here's Jacobs. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 13. First down, Packers.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll try to drive forward. Not a bad gain in these conditions. We'll give him about 5 yards.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Here we go. On the ground, it's Wilson. And he'll have it. He'll have it at the 16-yard line. First down picked up as the running game comes through.
That's another Packers first down.
And it looked at first like that opening was going to close up on him, didn't it, Mike? I mean, really nice job there by the back. Patient and quickness, kind of all at the same time to find that hole, and he's able to get through to keep this drive alive.
And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
The tackle made by Kevin Byard. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bears' 9-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. in motion. Reed. On second down, Jacobs. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the first down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. These kicks not a given in the snow, but this one is good. And the Packers will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He finds his tight end, that's Smythe. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll go again with Swift. Try to drive forward. Not a bad gain in these conditions. Would give him about 5 yards.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Here's a designed run, and he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That one just too far, out in front, and it's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now Williams. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Love to throw. That one on target to Watson. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. That one good for 29.
1st and 10.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
On the ground, it's Jacobs. And tough for the defenders as well to get leverage and get their hands on it. Taken down after a gain of 4. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. It is 2nd and 6. Here's Love. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Packers going to use their final timeout now as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Packers.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. To throw is Love. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
2nd and 10. Here's Love. pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Gervon Dexter in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down.
Third and
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen in Orlando, where I promise you the weather is much nicer than what we've been watching. But who doesn't love a snow globe game? And the meteorologists tell us we're in for more of it in the second half. So time now to get back out and join our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Snow continuing to fall as we get set for the second half. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Packers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs. Finding room across midfield. Oh, yeah. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
it's a gain of
A big one there to start the second half. 32 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Third and 7. Now Love. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Packers.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Now it's McManus for the point after. It's up and good. And the Packers will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Bears 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. He runs with it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
And he'll be brought down at the, well, your guess is as good as mine. Why don't we just say he gained about 3 yards.
2nd and 6.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. They bring a tight end in motion left. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
Another run here. Another run by Swift. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
3rd, they need 8. Here's Williams. Got the hook up there to Odunze. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Chicago.
That's good for a Bears 1st down. 1st and 10.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On the option, it's Swift. And tough for defenders as well to get leverage and get their hands on it. Taken down after a gain of 4.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Now they'll pitch it out here. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you had any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
On third down, it's Williams from the gun. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
On fourth down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. Through the falling snow, the kick is good. And the Bears are back within 4 at 14-10.
I think apart from the wind, when you talk about kicking in the elements, Mike, I think the snow has to be the kicker's worst nightmare. It's just so hard to have the confidence that when you stick that plant foot, it's not going to give way. So give credit. That was really well done.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. He'll get about 2. Gervon Dexter there on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, they need 5. From the gun, it's Love. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And that'll set up 4th down.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Williams. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
On 3rd down. A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
The Bears send out their punt team as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Ball security, a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. To the left side in the hands of Watson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Here comes the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, and that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Back to throw is Love. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Dobbs that time. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
This one is caught. It is a touchdown. There's a marker down. Let's see if it holds up.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers are out to a 21-10 lead.
21, Bears 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
That's over the middle and taken in by Odunze. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a yard. Give up the middle with Swift. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
They'll put Loveland in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Bears 1st down.
12 yards.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, it's Swift. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Cross right side to the tight end, Komet. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 10 yards. 1st down, Chicago. On the give, it is Manunga. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Gonna lose a yard.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
They will run it over center with Swift. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
At the 32-yard line. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got it inside the 5. And he's very close to to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4-down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Swift, and he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play, and now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
They'll try to run with Swift, and he will score! Game on! DeAndre Swift, touchdown Chicago. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. Greg, they are pecking away this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
The Bears will line up for the...
They'll try to pick this up with a run. And he will get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is successful. And game on. Lead is down to 3 here in the 4th quarter.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown, but now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, Love has caught right side by Kraft. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Bears offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. That is caught downfield by Odunze. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
19 yards. That's good for a Bears first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And trying to get any kind of burst in these conditions. The only burst is from the clouds. Slowed up, just a gain of a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 43, here's second and 7. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Quick slant, caught by Burton. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A pickup of 21 on that connection. Good for a Bears first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. You know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Now, second and 4. Swift. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's a big one, this third down. Here's Swift. And he is going to have a Bears first down. At least it appears that way. Got it by maybe the length of a football.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that first down by about a yard or 2.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
A run with Swift, and he is going to have a Bears first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Swift. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And making a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
Makes the score Bears 25, Packers 21.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Toward the outside. Catch made by Watson.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
It is 2nd down and 5. Throwing is Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
16 yards.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. And the clock will stop. Timeout called with 5 seconds remaining.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Here's 1st down. Now Love, he'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play.
I don't know how that ball gets through, Mike. It seems like the entire defense was in the end zone awaiting that pass. All they've got to do is knock it down, but somehow it's right on the money. And this has been an incredible finish to this ball game.
So, it's a win here for the visiting Packers. It was a game that delivered more points than most people would have expected with the snow falling at kickoff. Entertaining game for all involved as they'll head back to the locker room to warm up with a victory in their back pocket. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Chicago.